Hello everyone, welcome to the Jikook Moments channel. Have you ever seen someone show love without a single word? Today we're going to talk about one of the most iconic moments, when Jungkook, with just a gentle touch, protected Jimin from a staff member who got too close. No words, no drama, but the meaning was deep and real. This isn't fan service. This isn't a coincidence. This is a pure instinct from someone who, naturally, wants to protect the person he cares about most. Ready to dive deeper into a bond that's unspoken, but deeply felt? Let's get started. Remember that iconic moment when Jungkook, with just a light touch, protected Jimin from a staff member? It's a scene Jikook fans will never forget. Without hesitation, Jungkook acted swiftly and intentionally. When a staff member came too close to Jimin, Jungkook stepped in. He didn't say a word, just a subtle but firm gesture. He slowly touched the staff's arm, but his gaze clearly said, "Don't come closer." That action wasn't just a physical move. It was an instinctive reaction from someone wanting to protect someone he loves. No words were needed, Jungkook's eyes said it all. The staff understood. And so did we. Jimin is not alone, and as long as Jungkook is there, he never will be. What made the moment so special wasn't just the action, but its meaning. It wasn't a scene staged for the cameras. It was real. Jungkook acted from the heart to protect Jimin, even if it meant confronting a staff member. In his eyes, you could see annoyance, protectiveness, and maybe even a hint of jealousy. That small touch created an invisible boundary, as if to say, "He matters to me. Don't cross the line." Watching that moment, we realize how naturally Jungkook acts that way around Jimin. It doesn't matter who's watching or if there are cameras. What matters to him is that Jimin is safe and comfortable. If anything threatens that, even for a second, Jungkook won't stand still. The power of that scene lies in its silence that spoke louder than words. Jungkook didn't need to talk to show how he felt. Just a look, a small gesture, and his instinctive presence guarding the space of someone he loves. How could we forget the moment when Jimin, amidst a crowd, only had eyes for one person, Jungkook? In a scene full of laughter and spontaneity, Jimin was on the floor, singing and making funny movements. All the members were around him, but his focus was locked on Jungkook. From the moment Jungkook approached, Jimin's gaze never strayed. It wasn't coincidence or a simple glance. It was a direct connection. With a soft expression and playful gestures, Jimin seemed to have one goal: to make Jungkook laugh. Every movement, every restrained giggle, was just for him. Even when Jungkook wasn't there yet, Jimin didn't show those gestures to any other member. Only when Jungkook arrived, something shifted. He pointed at him in a way that was filled with closeness and meaning. Moments like that show something deeper. Jimin could have spread his energy to anyone, but he chose Jungkook. The world seemed to disappear when Jungkook was near. Jimin's gaze always sought his reaction. The most important thing for him was making Jungkook smile. And Jungkook? He responded so naturally. His laughter was genuine, unforced. No hugs or romantic words were needed. Their glances alone made everything clear. Many try to deny their closeness, but moments like these speak for themselves. They understand each other in an unusual way. No need to say, "I love you," they already say it with their eyes. During the filming of Are You Sure?, Jimin arrived a bit late to the set. Jungkook, who had been casually chatting with Taeyong, suddenly changed. The moment Jimin entered, his expression became shy, his smile appeared without him noticing, and his movements softened. That kind of reaction can't be faked. It's the natural response of someone who had been waiting for someone they care deeply about. Their relationship wasn't built overnight. It grew over time, through laughter, challenges, and quiet moments together. A bond like that is rare and hard to achieve. What they have is a blend of affection, mutual respect, and a long history that has only made their connection stronger. Even in ordinary situations, like rehearsals or behind the scenes, Jungkook always keeps an eye on Jimin. If something feels off, he acts. And what's most interesting, he doesn't do it to show off. He does it because he truly cares. Quietly but meaningfully. That touch on the staff member, not aggressive, but firm, was Jungkook's way of saying he wouldn't let anyone cross the line. As if to say, I don't need to speak for you to understand. That's what sets them apart. No grand gestures or flashy declarations. Everything is in the small details. Jimin's smile when Jungkook gets close, Jungkook's demeanor changing when someone else tries to step into their space, the way they move together wherever they go. Their chemistry has developed over the years. Jungkook wasn't always expressive, but with Jimin he learned to open up, slowly but surely. Not for the cameras, but from instinct. Because protecting Jimin feels like protecting part of himself. Not everyone gets to have a relationship like this. Not every group has it. Not even all friends understand each other like this. What exists between them isn't from a script or a plan. It's a connection that's felt, present, and growing in every space they share. Even when they're not together, Jungkook's eyes always find Jimin. He watches from a distance, making sure Jimin is okay. When Jimin finally appears, Jungkook's face changes. A bright smile forms, his energy recharged. For Jungkook, Jimin is his calm center. And it shows, even when he tries to hide it. We witness these moments not just as fans, but as silent observers of a bond that has endured so much. From pressure-filled days to shared laughter in the practice room. They support each other, grow together, and create an irreplaceable connection. No matter how close others are, like Taehyung for example, Jungkook's reaction to Jimin remains different. It can't be compared. Jimin, the expressive one, and Jungkook, the quiet one, form a beautiful balance. They understand each other, even without words. That's what makes Jikook so special. And often, in the moments not caught by cameras, their bond is even stronger. Observant fans have noticed, when the spotlight is off and no one is watching, that's when their care truly shows. Jungkook is often caught glancing at Jimin when he's unaware. Whether Jimin is talking to fans, singing, or just sitting silently, Jungkook's eyes always find their way back to him. Like a compass that never strays from north. There was one moment during a concert when Jimin looked exhausted. His face was pale and his body seemed weak. Jungkook, who was at the side of the stage, stepped forward without hesitation. He handed Jimin a bottle of water, looking at him without saying much. Others might see it as simple concern. But Jungkook's expression was different. There was worry, sincerity, and a deep sense of care. And when Jimin took the water, he gave a small smile, looking into Jungkook's eyes for a moment, as if they were speaking without words. Behind the scenes, their intimacy is far from the spotlight, but stronger than anything. Jimin once said in an interview, "There's someone in the group who always knows what I'm feeling even when I'm silent." He didn't say a name, but fans know. Jikook isn't about assumptions, it's about connecting the small pieces that, when put together, tell a story that can't be faked. During intense rehearsals before a world tour, Jimin once cried out of frustration. Many tried to comfort him, but only when Jungkook sat beside him, holding his shoulder, did Jimin calm down. No sweet words, no long advice. Just a presence that felt safe. That's Jungkook's strength. He doesn't always speak, but he's always there. Even their body language mirrors each other. Jungkook, once full of restless energy, is more grounded with Jimin. On the other hand, Jimin, often too hard on himself, relaxes around Jungkook. They align, balance each other out, and create a space where they can both be their best selves. There's an old video fans always remember. When Jimin slipped on a wet stage, Jungkook was the first to run to him. His face was panicked, and after making sure Jimin was okay, he didn't leave until Jimin gave a reassuring smile. That wasn't the behavior of a coworker. It was the instinct of someone who loves. Between them, there's no need to declare love. Because for them, love isn't about big statements. It's in small, consistent actions. Waiting behind the camera. Making sure Jimin's jacket is zipped in the cold. Offering tissues when he cries. Holding back a staff's hand that got too close. Quietly bringing an umbrella when the rain starts. All of it, without a single word, tells a story more real than 1,000 love song lyrics. And we, as loyal viewers of this untitled story, feel like we're peeking into the secret pages of a book that's never been published. A book about two people who grew up together, protect each other, and maybe quietly love each other in silence. What they have can't be bought, and it can't be imitated. This isn't a gimmick. This isn't fan service. This is two souls who find comfort in each other amidst a world that's too loud. Moment by moment, they prove that closeness isn't about how often they appear on screen together, but how much space they hold within each other, even when the world isn't looking. And perhaps, that's the truest definition of love, when someone's presence makes you feel whole, even without a single word spoken. Every little move, every silent gaze, even every touch that seems accidental, all form an invisible story between Jimin and Jungkook. A story that doesn't need to be spoken out loud, because their love speaks in silence. In a world full of noise and doubt, they are proof that true connection doesn't need validation, just presence and care. If you also believe that what they share is more than just coincidence, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video, and remember, even the smallest moments can hold the biggest love.